National Executive Councils, NEC of Nigerian Labour Congress, and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, in their various meetings, deeply analyzed the current situation in the country, taking into cognizance the extensive hardship and the deprivations afflicting our citizens across all states of the Federation, unanimously condemned the apparent conscious lethargy and tiredness in handling the consequences of each petroleum price hike on Nigerians. The councils deliberated on the continued refusal of the federal government to engage in a meaningful and constructive dialogue within the ambit of good faith, given the 21 days ultimatum and the subsequent successful 2 days nationwide strike of the 5th and 6th of September, and other meetings that were supposed to demonstrate the preparedness of the Nigerian workers to push through their decision to embark on an indefinite nationwide strike if their demands were not met. To this end, the NLC and TUC NEC in session observed that whereas there is no disagreement between labor and government on the existence of mass suffering, impoverishment, and hunger in the country as a result of the hike in the price of petrol, which demands an urgent need for remedial action. The government has totally abdicated this responsibility and has shown gross unwillingness to act, abandoning Nigerian people and workers to excruciating poverty and affliction. The federal government has continued to grandstand and forestall all avenues for peaceful dialogue with organized labor on ways to save Nigerians from the huge hunger and suffering experienced across the nation as a result of the unconscionable hike in the price of petroleum, PMS, by the government. The government has continued to demonstrate not just an unwillingness to mitigate the massive hardship in the country, but also a complete lack of intention to take positive steps and empathy for the multidimensionally impoverished citizens of Nigeria. The federal government has therefore not met in any substantial way the demands of the Nigerian workers and the people as previously canvassed in our mutually agreed roadmap to salvaging the economy and protecting workers and Nigerians from monumental hardship. The grace periods given by the two labor centers have expired. Trade unions continue to face severe threats from the state via the brutal and suppressive power of the police and government. The National Union of Road Transport Workers continues to be illegally occupied by government via the instrumentality of the police, who have cloned the leadership of the NURTW. The Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria continues to be illegally occupied by the Lagos state government in total disregard to the courts and statutes. That the state within the life of the ultimatum via the police has caused loss of lives and properties with untold injuries on Nigerian workers who were on their way to go back to their union national secretariats in Abuja. That the state has continued to blackmail and sponsor serious campaign of calumny, especially the one by the child of perdition called Omakiri, who the earth will reject. Against trade unions, leaders in the social media using its buying and coercive powers instead of making efforts to lift the burden on the masses.
Day celebration and to demonstrate our resolve for a truly independent Nigeria to take our destinies in our own hands and rescue our nation. 2, to embark on an indefinite and total shutdown of the nation beginning on 0 hours, Tuesday, the 3rd day of October 2023. 3, to direct all workers in Nigeria to withdraw their services from their respective workplaces commencing from the 3rd of October 2023. 4. To direct all affiliates and state councils to immediately start mobilizing accordingly for action to organize street protests and rally until government responds positively to our demands. 5. To enjoin all patriotic Nigerians to join hands across the nation to assist this government put the people back at the center of its policies and programs.
Thank you, government. Stronger together.
TUC NLC.
Stronger together.
TUC NLC.
Stronger together. Thank you.